What happened to Anthony Elanga? Now, Anthony Elanga was a youth prospect of Manchester United's academy last season, and our interim manager at the time, Ralf Rangnick, saw a bit of potential in him and brought him through the ranks. Now, Manchester United were going through a very rough patch at that point, and Anthony Elanga was seen as a promising player, and Ralf Rangnick wanted to develop him and get the better out of him and give him them first team senior performances. But anyway, this is the rise and fall of Anthony Elanga. Enjoy the video. But first, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you are new. Enjoy the video on the rise and fall of Anthony Elanga. So, Anthony Elanga was playing very, very well in the youth team for Manchester United. He was playing the under-21s, getting a few goals, getting a few assists and developing more and more. But Ralf Rangnick saw potential in Anthony Elanga and brought him through, considering United were going through probably one of the worst patches in our history. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer had just been sacked, Ronaldo was carrying the team, Cavani was constantly injured, the Mason Greenwood situation happened, Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho were out of form, and I believe Anthony Martial went on loan to Seville. So with all this, Ralf Rangnick was pretty much, the man was literally thrown off the plank with his arms and legs tied, and he didn't know what to do. So he saw a player with hunger, he saw a player with desire, and that's exactly what fitted the profile for Ralf Rangnick choosing Anthony Elanga. Now, Anthony Elanga got to play with his idol in Cristiano Ronaldo, and you could always see that he was absolutely in awe when he got to play alongside his idol. But with Anthony Elanga, the fan base criticised him. And that was a bit of a turning point for me, because Anthony Elanga, despite him being a very exciting youth player, he didn't really have the final product, and that was the frustrating thing. Anthony Elanga scored a total of 2 goals during his time at Manchester United during that season, and scoring only 1 goal in the Champions League, and that was a goal against Atletico Madrid. Now, Anthony Elanga has been a player for Manchester United that has never really scored goals, he's not really assisted many goals, and for me I feel like his development has come to a complete stop, and that for me is the frustration part. Ralf Rangnick, I feel like that he was kind of right to pick him and try and get something out of him, but since Erik Ten Hag has come in, I personally feel like Elanga should have gone out on loan, kind of the likes of Amad Diallo, Hannibal Mejbri, and these other players that have gone on and had very decent loan spells. But for me, Anthony Elanga, his development has just gone crashing down like a roller coaster, and this is where the fall begins. Because for me, Anthony Elanga, yes, a very decent player, but I feel like his time at Manchester United is now up, and it kind of pains me to say that. Because for me, Anthony Elanga, like I said, I still feel like he could have a lot of promise, but I do feel like at this point now, he needs to move, whether it's a team like Dortmund, Crystal Palace, maybe somewhere in Italy or Spain. I do feel like that a complete rechange and a change of scenery for Anthony Elanga is the perfect place to restart his career. He's only recently just turned 21. He was born on April 27th, 2002, and he's only recently just turned 21. So he has got a massive future ahead of him, but I just can't see him fit into Erik Ten Hag's plans. You see the likes of Marcus Rashford hot in form. Erik Ten Hag is desiring a striker like Harry Kane or Victor Osimhen or Dusan Vlahovic. Jadon Sancho starting to come in form, playing on the right hand side. Anthony, his star signing, is also a right winger. And then you've also got someone on the left wing who has completely pushed Anthony Elanga out of that squad, and that is our star boy, Alejandro Garnacho. Now, Alejandro Garnacho has brought something to this fan base, and he's actually brought the excitement as a player like Mason Greenwood had. Mason Greenwood, if you can't remember, he was on absolute fire, and he was a very, very good player for Manchester United. Under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mason Greenwood was hitting goals left, right and centre, strong with both feet. Mason Greenwood was absolutely unstoppable. And considering what happened with Mason Greenwood, the fan base didn't give Anthony Elanga that same treatment because of what happened with Mason Greenwood, with all the allegations, with all the court cases. And what happened was absolutely disturbing for Manchester United fans. So when Elanga was brought through, everyone was not excited about Anthony Elanga, and that was the frustrating part of this. But then when Alejandro Garnacho gets brought through by Erik Ten Hag, he shows something. I mean, Alejandro Garnacho, he has the name, he has the nationality, he has the confidence, the stubbornness, everything about Alejandro Garnacho screams a born-bred winner and that wants to improve. And Anthony Elanga didn't offer that same attitude, in my opinion. But for me, this is talk about the rise and fall of him. And the reason where the fall begins is that I don't see him getting his Erik Ten Hag system. So I feel like if he wants to start his rise again and become a much better player, I feel like he needs to move away to a different team, and that's how he gets better. And I think a change of scenery will do him good. Whether United offload him in the summer as a transfer or whether we loan him out is completely up to Manchester United. But with Manchester United recently setting a 10 million price tag on Anthony Elanga's head, it's not a good look. So for me, in my personal opinion, for the rise and fall of Anthony Elanga, I would personally sell him. I don't want to, but I personally feel like that for Anthony Elanga's and the sake of his career, I feel like a change of scenery will make him become a much better player. And who knows, maybe we throw in a buyback clause, and once he's fully developed, maybe he gets a lot better as a footballer. Maybe you can see him in a Manchester United shirt once again. But it's very hard to succeed in football. It's very hard to succeed at Manchester United. United have had countless youth excitement players who haven't made it at senior level. You think the likes of Angel Gomez, Tahith Chong, Ethan Gilbreth, a lot of players, Ravel Morrison. Like, there's a lot of players. I mean, Paul Pogba, you couldn't really say Paul Pogba did go and have a promising career, did win a World Cup, did win a title with Juventus, but did nothing for Manchester United. And that's what comes down to. Sometimes being a Manchester United player is too much pressure, the football doesn't suit you, and you can still have a go and have a much exciting career, but unfortunately Manchester United isn't the club for you, and that's how I feel about Anthony Elanga. I wish him all the best if he does go, whether he stays or whether he gets loaned out. But I personally feel like, for me, Anthony Elanga's time is up, and if he wants to save his career and move away is the best option. But anyway, let me know what you thought on this type of video. Kind of different video, not live streaming for once. So anyway, make sure you like the video, leave a sub if you are new, and if you've made it this far into the video, thank you for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.